If you're a high school junior who is freaking out about their college applications, I'm here to stress you out more. I'm kidding, but only kinda. I am here to tell you that your college applications actually start right now. Before your senior friends even hear back from schools, I want you to start taking notes from them and ask them what the college application process was like. Specifically, I'd like you to ask them what they wish they started on sooner. And aside from talking to your friends, I do want you to just generally assume that college admissions are going to be more competitive next year than they were this year because that's just been the trend. Now, aside from your grades and your standardized test scores, whether that's AP scores, SAT, ACT, the next thing that colleges are going to look at would be how you've spent your free time. And summer is 2 to 3 months of free time. Do you know how you're planning to spend it? First things first, take a step back and look at your resume. If you don't have a resume, make one right now. I promise it's going to make things a lot easier when you're filling out the activities list if you can start trying to remember everything you've done since 9th grade right now. You can find resume templates online, or actually let us know if you think it would be easier if we made a whole video on how to, create your own resume, including some resume do's and don'ts. But let's say you do have a resume. When you're assessing your resume, I want you to consider 2 things: impact and intellectual curiosity. Let's start with impact. Most colleges in the most recent application cycle had some kind of essay prompt where students were asked to describe how they've impacted their community. If right now, in this moment, you don't think that you could write a 200 to 400 word essay describing how you have impacted your community and then going on to describe how that connects to your identity, the things that you care about, the causes you care about, that might be an issue when you get up to actually apply to colleges if most of them are asking you to answer that question. So that should be your primary focus right now in this moment. One way to demonstrate impact is to volunteer a lot of your time to a cause that you really genuinely care about. However, some volunteer opportunities are more impactful than others. For example, I would say the majority of students can pretty easily tutor as their impact project. It's just one of the most common ones that schools will see, and it's not a bad one. I think tutoring is really important. But you should know volunteering your time to tutor is one of the more common volunteer experiences that colleges are going to see. Also, when you're picking what you want to do, if you don't care about the thing that you're volunteering your time for, this is going to feel like torture. To pack a bigger punch, think about causes that actually connect to your field of interest. Maybe you want to study food science. If you plan for that to be part of your application narrative, then it'll be pretty important to prove to schools that you care about food insecurity. If you start writing essays about how much it kills you that people are going hungry in your community and you've done nothing to address that, it's not really going to click for them. They're not going to see it. So maybe consider volunteering at a soup kitchen or a free pantry. Better yet, you can make a community garden if you're any good at gardening. Now, if you're trying to demonstrate intellectual curiosity, you should choose something that aligns with your primary area of interest, meaning what you want to major in. What do you plan to study in college? Why did you choose to study this? What fascinates you about the topic? If you're currently a junior and you have no idea what you're going to choose, let us know in the comments below. We can definitely make a video about this. The easiest way to fill a gap of intellectual curiosity on your resume is to seek out and secure summer research or some kind of internship. A lot of high school programs have deadlines between early February and mid-March. You should give yourself at least 2 weeks to complete these applications, ideally a month. Some of them are going to require letters of recommendation, and you need to give your recommenders ample time to actually write those letters. Speaking of which, we will make a video about when and how and where to ask your teachers for letters of recommendation. If you're interested in being admitted to top schools, unfortunately, your grades alone will not get you admitted. Having a high GPA and a really good SAT score is just going to show colleges that you can likely handle college-level coursework. What it doesn't tell them, though, is if you're going to be proactive in your studies outside of the classroom. If you're not using your spare time to further your goals in high school, they're going to assume that you're not going to do so in college. Top universities want leaders. They want students who are willing to go the extra mile and actually make an impact. So show them that you spend your free time working to improve yourself. Plus, some of these summer programs and opportunities are paid. You can get paid now, as a teenager, for these internships. The fact that I sound surprised should tell you how much guidance I had when I was a teenager applying to colleges. If you want to hear about some of our favorite programs, keep an eye out for our next video. We'll mostly include paid programs and programs that are free.